economy with former President Donald Trump. But Biden's voice appeared shaky and raspy, and he seemed to lose his train of thought while answering a question about tax cuts. Here's ABC News Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce.
There is no question this is not the night that the Biden campaign wanted or needed. They were going into this hoping that the president's performance would put to rest those remaining concerns about his age. He had a rough start. He was rambling. He struggled at times to collect his thoughts.
That as Donald Trump repeated falsehoods again and again.
One fact checker counted at least 26 false claims by Trump last night. Biden was also cited for false claims about the cost of insulin and for overstating Trump's statements on COVID and the white nationalist rally in Charlottesville.
That's ABC's Andrew Dimbert. Oklahoma's top education official has ordered all public schools in grades 5 through 12 to include the 10 Commandments and the Bible in their curriculum.
Oklahoma says it will provide instructions to its school districts on how to implement this policy in the upcoming school year, but the state superintendent says strict and immediate compliance is expected.
That's ABC's Matt Rivers. Child endangerment indictments now filed against Uvalde Police Chief Pete Arredondo and one of his officers for waiting too long, officials say, before moving in on the mass shooter who killed 19 fourth graders and 2 teachers.
Arredondo has said he never considered himself the scene incident commander and had said officers prioritized evacuating the children over taking down the attacker. But the Justice Department finding law enforcement did not follow generally accepted practices in an active shooter situation.
ABC's Andrea Fujii, a U.S. District Court ordering the NFL to pay $4.5 billion in damages for breaking antitrust laws in its Sunday ticket package. You're listening to ABC News.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also...
And good morning. Welcome to the WSJM Morning Show live stream. The video live stream is underway. If you ever miss an episode of this, you can go back and listen on Facebook, YouTube, or X if they have a replay function. I know Facebook does. I don't think, I know YouTube does and Facebook does. I don't think you can replay stuff on X. I don't know if it lives there in perpetuity. But we have Mike Weibel in the studio. We'll talk with you in just a moment. We've got to get some news out of the way. And Bret Witkowski's here. It is the WSJM Morning Show. We'll be right back.
Mucus, dust, and germs. Experience on-the-spot relief so you could breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier.
Navage is available at Sam's Club, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or online at Navage.com. Navage, breathe easy.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
7:03, it's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Just taking a look at some of the local news stories that we're following for you this morning. With the August primary almost here and political campaigns in full swing, Berrien County Clerk Sharon Tyler is reminding candidates and their supporters of the rules for campaign signs. Speaking to the Berrien County Board of Commissioners on Thursday, Tyler said she's been hearing of signs placed along road easements, which is not allowed because sometimes it could cause a safety hazard. They have to be 30 feet from the edge of major roads.
Candidates, please take care of your signs, put them in the right location, and let's drive safely.
Tyler says she's been getting calls about signs without disclaimer information about signs being placed improperly.
I received numerous calls yesterday attaching them to road signs with zip ties. If you are a candidate who has that, it's your responsibility as the candidate. And please educate the people who are campaigning for you.
Tyler added signs must be taken down within 10 days of an election. That next election is happening, the primary, on August 6th. She reiterated her message from this week that her office is not the place to call when a campaign sign does not include disclaimers about funding. Those complaints should go to the state Michigan Election Bureau. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission met with the public in St. Joseph yesterday to discuss the safety record of Cook Nuclear Power Plant in 2023. Plant Senior Resident Inspector Joseph Mancuso told us it was the NRC's annual meeting to keep residents in the loop. He said Cook operated safely last year with very few issues. So we asked, what does NRC do at the Cook Nuclear Power Plant every day?
They have a meeting at the beginning of every day where they discuss what work they're going to be doing. We use those as well as their normal online schedules to kind of look for risk significant work that is associated with some of their more risk significant systems, I guess. And we try to follow those, what work they're doing, what testing they're doing.
Mancuso told us he's found residents near Cook tend to have few concerns about the plant, something that's not the case with other nuclear power plants. Cook Director of Regulatory Affairs Michael Scarpello told us that Cook Plant is preparing to seek an extension of its license to operate.
Unit 1 is licensed to 2034, and Unit 2 is licensed to 2037. We are currently looking at, there's a process called subsequent license renewal. We've already renewed our license once for an additional 20 years, and we're looking at doing that again. So the project will be kicking off probably starting next year.
Scarpello said he works with the NRC each and every day. Its 2 resident inspectors not only tour the facility to observe work taking place, but they also review inspection reports and maintenance plans regularly. NRC inspectors stood in the hallway of the Silver Beach Center to share information on the plant and their role overseeing it as part of Thursday's annual open house. The conversations were informal, and the NRC told us the day is a good chance to explain to area residents what they do every day. The Berrien County Board of Commissioners has approved a rebranding for Berrien County Animal Control. Since the Sheriff's Department took animal control under its umbrella and took over enforcement, the idea of differentiating between the shelter and the enforcement side of animal control has been developed. Shelter manager Ashley Herr tells us the shelter side of things will now be known as Berrien County Animal Services.
We're trying to break a stigma. We're not the dog pound. We're trying to be a resource for the community. We're trying to get people to understand that this is a place where animals come to find forever homes, get the help that they need. We're also here to support our community. We're not just the people who euthanize and have negative outcomes for all the animals. We actually are very proud. We've improved our numbers very well. We're in the 80s and 90s for a lot of live release rates, and we just want the community to kind of realize, hey, we're different than what we were way back in the day.
Herr says that Berrien County Animal Services will unveil a new logo and new signage soon. Details on that are being finalized. The shelter will hold an open house to celebrate the name change once the logo is complete. She also notes the shelter is full right now, and she invites anyone looking for a new 4-legged member of the family to come take a tour. She's expecting the shelter to see even some more dogs around the 4th of July because they escape, and sometimes their owners don't find them because of the loud noises from the fireworks. So she said now is a good time to help out. And finally, the Berrien County Board of Commissioners will soon be moving forward on a trail project along M63 near Whirlpool headquarters. County Community Development Director Dan Fetty told commissioners on Thursday this trail along M63 is intended to connect various Harbor Shores trails and Whirlpool's Lakeview Trail with the other trail systems along the river in Benton Harbor. The new trail would run along M63 between Monty Road and Higman Park Drive. Fetty said the county has been slowly accumulating grant funds to get this project started.
The construction of this trail is going to be $2.6 million. We add in about 10% contingency on that, so we have a total cost of almost $2.9 million. We have received tentatively a commitment of $2.1 million from the TAP grant program. We have received a commitment of $300,000 from Michigan Department of Natural Resources Trust Fund, and we have received a $100,000 commitment from the Michigan Trails Fund, the nonprofit entity.
The rest of the money comes from the Whirlpool Foundation and donors. It's being held by Cornerstone Alliance. Fetty said with the funds in place, the project can move ahead, and commissioners will soon be asked to approve a resolution to make that happen. One will certify that funds are in place. Another resolution will be a maintenance agreement with Harbor Shores. Harbor Shores and Whirlpool Corporation will also have to grant easements to the county for some sections of trail that will go on their property. That resolution could come as early as next week. That's just a look at some of the local news stories that we're covering for you in the WSJM Newsroom. We've got more coming up in just a few moments. It's right here on the WSJM Morning Show.
Thursday in Major League Baseball, the Tigers beginning a 4-game series out in LA to face the Angels. LA wins the opener 5-0 over the Tigers.
Alrighty. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Ken.
How are you doing? Happy Friday to you.
Thank you.
What's going on?
I was telling Bret we're happy that our golf outing went well, and it's over.
Oh, yeah. When was that? Was that this week?
No, Monday
last
before.
week.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right. We were supposed to talk about it last week. I forgot to ask you about it. Give us a brief recap on how it went.
It was so far the hottest day of the summer. So,
oh, no.
Yeah. 104 degrees index was the index out there. So,
boy. Hey, what? Hang on a second. We got to school somebody on technology again.
I'm good.
I've heard he's been getting schooled this morning.
Yeah, he's all over me today.
Is that a museum piece you got there?
Yeah, I know.
You listen.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. See?
Yeah.
Now I'm all flustered.
No, last week you started playing the live stream.
Just do your show. He's only here for a little while.
Anyway, all right.
You're the guy never told us you were getting married right in front of us.
That's true. That's right in front of us.
Less than 24 hours later, he's married.
It was old news.
You know, I made a commitment to my wife, and there's no bond that's going to break that. So I couldn't do it. Couldn't tell you. I'm sorry. Okay.
Weak.
Yeah, it does. It does feel.
All right.
Let's post debate on that one.
Let's go back. Yeah, debate. Did you watch the debate last night?
A little, yeah.
What were your thoughts? What were your takeaways? We try not to be too political or too controversial here, because that just doesn't win for anybody. But what did you think?
You know, I mean, I think it was, at least it had a degree of decorum. You know, I mean, it was
better than last time, right?
Yeah, nobody ran off the rails.
Yeah.
You know, nobody got too upset. I thought again, it's nothing that we don't see on a weekly basis, but definitely some difficulty conveying facts and issues, which is always concerning. And
you know, you raise a really good point. It's nothing that we haven't seen in recent weeks, and I would say months. There have been a lot of opportunities or moments when the news media has seen where the president, Joe Biden, has shown his age, where he's out of the moment, or he misstates something at the lectern or the podium or whatever. And that was on display last night. So that wasn't different.
No.
But this morning, what's different is a lot of the Democrat pundits, a lot of the media, the national news media, is saying the Democrat Party is in a panic because what they saw up on that debate stage was not the strong vision of the president that they want running for election.
You can't spin that.
No.
And they can try to spin the other stuff, but that you can't spin. That was on full display on every network across the country.
Yeah.
I was wondering how the no notes, no teleprompter, no audience was going to go.
Right.
I liked it. I mean, I really liked it. I liked the fact that it was just kind of was uninhibited by crowd noise.
Yes.
It was just basically very raw and unplugged kind of. And I like the format, and I'll be interested to see if they do it again.
Yeah. I did like that. I did appreciate that, because again, you know, they play to the crowd. Although it was interesting to see the president walk in and say hello to these people over here who weren't there. maybe they were the studio technicians.
Could be
camera
people or
hi over there, camera people or something like that. So it was fun to watch. But you're right. They should do another unplugged version, and they should have acoustic guitars go along with it.
I think that would be really good. Really good.
Be nice. But the golf event went well. 104 degrees.
Yeah, 104 degrees index, and we had 120 golfers.
Wow.
And
nobody passed out.
No medevac.
Thank goodness.
No medevac. So that was great.
Quite a few beverages consumed.
Yeah, so Bud Distributing was a beer sponsor.
Easy
there.
And I didn't say what type.
And Hanson Beverage was our water sponsor, so we had free beer and free water on the golf course. And I'll give you a quick bet on what was left over.
Nothing.
A lot of
water.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I encourage people to drink as much water as they could, and ironically, water was left over. So
goodness gracious!
A lot of beer was drank, but it was good, and we raised right around $24,000 for the local charities.
That's fantastic! Congratulations on a good event. And what you should have done is, and maybe you did this. Did you charge admission to the porta potties? Because if you're serving beer and water, now hold that thought. We'll be back.
If it's that warm out,
yeah,
we'll be back in just a moment.
Small school with big opportunities. Check out nbas.org.
Partly cloudy skies today. A few scattered showers during the day with high temperatures up in the upper 70s, nearing 80 degrees. We'll see more coverage of rain as we head into this evening and overnight tonight. A few thunderstorms possible as well. We stay near 70. And then morning rain and a few thunderstorms on Saturday, clearing in the afternoon with high temperatures right around 80. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
It is the WSJM Morning Show, 714, 64 degrees in Benton Harbor and St. Joe right now. You going to behave yourself? You keep saying there's a surprise coming. What's going on?
Well, we got to let the man have his time here.
Oh, we go to Mike first?
Yeah, well,
okay.
It's his time.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's a very friendly thing for you to do.
Yeah, I'm looking out for you.
I appreciate that.
Keep you first and
this
foremost.
side of the table is
Joining me here in the
warmer.
studio, my friends,
Yeah.
Brett Witkowski and Mike Weibel. Mike's an investment advisor representative with Baird Private Wealth Management. Hi, Mike. How's it going?
Good, very good. How's it going with you guys this morning?
It's going very well. We've just been talking a lot. Brett's upset about a few things, but we'll get over that. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Just a little discouraged.
Hurt, yeah.
That's the better word.
Yeah.
Still hurtful.
Still hurt.
It's a hole.
We can
It's a
talk
hole
about
it
that.
is.
We'll talk about that in the
You
night.
know somebody, you can sit with them for 3 hours on a Friday.
Yeah.
You think they'd tell you they're getting married next
Yeah, I mean,
day.
they'd be like, they invite you to lunch.
Yeah,
They invite you to.
Hey, guess what's going
Hey,
on?
Wait, is that what you guys are looking for? Lunch? Free lunch? You want a free lunch?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. Well,
Do
that
we
would,
look like
that,
we turn away lunch?
that would start. That'd begin the healing
Then
process.
we can talk about this.
All right.
Mike is here to talk about some financial things. So,
yeah, that's right. That's right.
And one of the things that you mentioned you wanted to talk about is never having to worry about looking silly for asking a question about your financial future or your financial situation. At Baird Private Wealth Management, you say all questions are welcome. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I think it's important. One of the things that I remember when I started off on my career in financial services, they said the second most intimidating interaction that people have next to going to see their doctor is going to see somebody in finance, because they don't want to sound stupid. They don't want to ask a question that makes them feel inadequate or inept in any way. And so a lot of times they don't ask. They don't ask. And the same with people go to the doctor and you'll say, well, what did the doctor say? What did that test result mean? I didn't ask. Well, everybody has that kind of insecurity that they don't want to feel like they're not knowledgeable, and kind of paralleling with your medical life. I mean, when things are critical in your health, there's nothing wrong with getting a second opinion.
Right.
And one of the campaigns that we're getting ready to do is a second opinion campaign, because your financial life is vital. It's important. It's your retirement. It's your estate. It's everything why do you get up and go to work in the morning? All those things. And sometimes you might think, well, I guess everything is going fine. But is it? And one of the things with Baird, especially when we were acquired in 2019, Hilliard Lyons was acquired by Baird. Our depth of resources that we now bring to the table is so much deeper than what we had at Hilliard Lyons. And our brand here in Southwest Michigan is still pretty new. As I mentioned, at one point, people thought we were an agricultural seed company.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When that first
They
month
tried to
or
buy
two,
seed from you? Did you sell it to them?
I had my Baird shirt on and walked into a place, and the guy goes, "Baird, agricultural seed, right?" And I was like, "No, no, absolutely not."
I'm glad you're here to tell more people about what you do.
Yeah, so there is there's kind of a lack of knowledge of all the things that we offer.
Yeah,
and we run into that quite a bit, even from like what we talked about before, trust services. Trust services is one of the things that seems to be pulling back in a lot of the local banks. And if somebody has trust services, a lot of times they are experiencing that trust company is now eliminating their CPA and their attorney from the equation. Or their financial advisor. We keep everybody involved in the process. And so we have a very large trust company, and that's something that Hilliard had, that Baird acquired. But also when it comes to like municipal funds, people think, well, why would I go to my financial services investment company for municipal funds? We have a huge municipal funds department, and we're one of the largest municipal bond traders in the United States. So there's a lot of things that we offer that, you can go through and start. I like cards. I can start flipping out cards, and it doesn't apply to everyone. But if you don't ask, you don't know. Yeah. And I just encourage people to ask us. If you're in business and you have a question about the valuation of your business, mergers and acquisition, your municipal funds, your retirement plan, ask. Get a second opinion.
Yeah, and one of the questions there is, you mentioned there might be insecurity about asking questions, but part of that insecurity might be not even knowing what questions to ask. What are some of those questions that you might expect from people who should be engaging with you?
Yeah, from a personal level, I think a great question to ask is, what am I invested in? So a lot of people come in and they don't understand even what they're invested in or what kind of risk they're taking. I very often will have a new client come in and they say, well, we're very conservative, and their portfolio is very unconservative.
Yeah.
So they don't know. And even with someone's retirement 401k, a lot of times they assume, well, I'm invested this way, or I've just put money in it and I don't have any idea. Those things are important. Those things should be important to people. I've always said, I want people to understand what they're invested in and why. So some people don't care, but I want somebody to say to me, well, why are you invested in this company? Well, this is why I am. Or why is your portfolio like this? It's because I have a basic knowledge of what my financial advisor is doing with me. So I think those types of things are critically important for people to come in and ask. And then the next thing is how much am I paying?
Yeah.
A lot of people will come in and have a investment account. They have no idea what their fees are, what they're paying. And fees, they say, we love to say fees are only a consideration in lack of value. But a lot of times, how do I know what I'm paying for if I don't know what I'm paying for?
Right.
So all those things, I think, when somebody comes in and says, well, what is it? What does it cost? What are the fees? How am I invested? Am I okay?
And what time, when is the right time to change what I'm doing?
Right. When's the right time? When's the right time should I be taking Social Security now?
Yeah.
Should I wait? What should I be thinking? Is there ways I can help myself tax-wise? It's something that's become a bigger and bigger part of financial services, is helping people, mitigate their tax liabilities. You can say to somebody, well, we've made you, let's just say 15%, but if half of it is going away to taxes, they've been better off making 7% far more conservatively and lowering that tax load than swinging for the fences and now just getting clobbered in taxes. So looking at people's holistic financial plan and what they're doing, their businesses, all those things help us to be more focused on what they need and being able to express to them what services we provide.
Yeah. And what do you need from people when they're ready to talk to you, ready to ask those questions?
Really, if they just bring in their statements of what they do have, what accounts they do have, again, we're there to provide a second opinion. It's not, if somebody's invested and their account is doing well, we're happy to tell them that.
Yeah.
I mean, we want people to do well. Again, these are our neighbors, so we want people to be successful. And if they're doing well, we'll be happy to high five them and tell them, hey, you've got an awesome account, and we wouldn't recommend changing a thing. But at the same time, if we see something that we're concerned about, or we see that maybe there's a pothole, we want to let people know and then leave it up to them to make a good decision on what's best for them.
Yeah. How do they get a hold of you?
You can call our office at 983-7500 is our office number. You can go to stjoseph.bairdwealth.com is our website. You can look for us, Sanders, McKee, Weibel, Norton Group on Facebook or Instagram or X.
Got a bunch of St. Joe Lakeshore guys in there.
We do. Yeah. We do have a bunch of St. Joe Lakeshore guys.
You guys put bets on the football games? And
we kind of keep that out of the rivalry. We talk smack a lot.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
There's a lot of juvenile behavior that goes around with that.
Well, good. I like that.
Yeah. But yeah, there is we are local. I mean, we represent
are local. Yes.
We represent both school systems, and we are. I'm a proud Lancer, and that's a good thing. But I have, and just for the purpose of, we're talking about debates and political and all this stuff.
Right.
I have 2 children that graduated from Lakeshore and 3 children that graduated from St. Joe.
You got your bases
covered. So we are a diverse household.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, give us a quick update, a recap on the golf tournament, and basically how did you do as far as fundraising for your charity?
Yeah, it was exciting. Like we had mentioned, it was the hottest day of the summer. Went not exactly what we wanted to plan, but the day after Father's Day, we had 120 golfers, 30 teams at Orchard Hills. Orchard Hills did an amazing job. They always do at hosting us.
Yeah.
And we had some incredible sponsors. We had a great day, and at the end of the day, we've raised approximately $24,000 for Therapeutic Equestrian Center, Lori's Place, and the Berrien Community Foundation.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing that for the community.
That's a lot of work putting that together.
Oh my. I had no idea when we started this process what a commitment it was. And when you get done and everybody was like, oh, this was amazing. Like we can hardly wait till next year. I think next year? But
yeah. Now you got to put a committee together.
Yeah, that's we exactly we've talked about.
Mike, thank you for joining us. It's been fun. What is about a month that you've been here?
Yeah,
you should keep coming. You just let us know.
Just let me know.
All right.
I especially it'd be a very friendly thing to invite me back.
Very nice. Mike Weibel is an investment. Here, I'm going to turn your microphone down. Mike Weibel is an investment advisor representative with Baird Wealth Private Wealth Management. The opinions expressed are for general information, should not be considered a solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security. The information is not intended as tax and legal advice. Please consult legal or tax professionals for specific information regarding your individual situation. We hope you reach out and talk to Mike Weibel.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. We'll be back. It's the WSJM Morning Show right here on WSJM.
Loan rates are trending downward. Are you ready to make your move? Sturgis Bank's expert hometown lenders will guide you through the process and take the time to make sure you're ready to become a homeowner. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, looking at a vacation house, or thinking of building, Sturgis Bank can meet your needs. Experience the Sturgis Bank difference. Highly personal service, long-time community support, and a desire to do right by the people we serve. Visit SturgisBank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Got a sprinkler system in your yard? Then you know the benefits. Really green grass, despite the summer sun. Fresh-looking landscape, vibrant plants. But if your sprinkler system needs work,
and that's the benefit of me controlling the knobs is I'll decide if it's on the air or not.
I know. I'm just asking. I know you're in charge.
You want to do something on air?
Well, yeah.
All right.
We got to do it when we're on the air.
Hang on. I got to see where we're at time-wise.
I got till 9.
Oh, you have till 9 today?
Can't you remember Monday and Fridays?
I do remember Mondays.
Okay.
I get real sad when you leave on Mondays.
No, you don't.
After I do. I do get, because it's nice to have your company here.
If you say so.
Oh, we should have asked Mike about the picture. He didn't bring the picture.
Oh, that's right. I've got that. I know what he's talking about.
Okay.
It was in a paper, and it was St. Joe. So each school back then, Lakeshore and St. Joe, would put like a board, and it would have all like a fall sports season, winter.
Yeah, talking about basketball.
And then it would be on there. I remember seeing it because I remember my mom got like 12 of them.
Okay.
Put them in across the house in the basement.
All right. We got to get that Bloomberg thing in there. We got our Bloomberg Market Minute coming up in a minute. Oh, we're off time this morning. That's all right. It's Friday.
That means it's a good show.
Yeah, we can do that. What's the surprise? When are we doing that?
You tell me. We should do it when we're on the air, too.
All right. We can do it on the air.
Okay.
But that'll have to be a little later this morning.
Between 7 and 8, right?
Yeah, we can do it between 7 and 8. We'll do it on the video live stream. Is there anything exclusive content you want to tease?
No.
For the individuals who have joined us?
We'll just wait.
You don't want to tell them anything exclusive. They'll appreciate you if you do.
You did send me a picture of where the surprise came from yesterday.
I sent you a picture yesterday? Oh, I did send you a picture yesterday. I know exactly what it is. Yeah. You just gave it away. This is great. I like that. Okay. I like your shirt, by the way.
So
it's very purple.
I bought all these shirts.
Oh, you bought that? You picked that out yourself?
So I got every of the 5 local high schools. I have every one of their school colors.
Oh.
So like for coaches show, I rotate. And then when we did basketball, if I was doing Benton Harbor, I wore an orange shirt, or Michigan Lutheran, or St. Joe, or Lakeshore, or Our Lady. Always I'd wear their school colors with, you guys put the emblem on though.
Yeah.
But it only changed like 5 times.
Okay. It's hard to see the oh, I see. It has the WSJM thing. Huh. Why didn't they do it in white thread? Okay.
You guys did it.
All right. Well, we should do more of those. I like that shirt. I like the material. It looks very breathable.
Yeah, where did I get it from? I got it from a sports, but I can't remember which sports store.
All right. Well, we'll have the Bloomberg Market Minute coming up here in just a moment. More from the WSJM newsroom. We'll have more sports coming up and a look at what's happening around the state. And then Bret's surprise. We'll probably do that. Let me look at the clock here.
Okay.
We'll do that around 1:45.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
What else you want to weekend too.
Oh, you have a busy weekend?
Gonna get blood today at 4.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Do you do that often?
I try 3 times a year.
Yeah.
So I have O negative, which they love.
Okay.
And so St. Paul's Lutheran in Stevensville has an O negative. And one of the teachers
That's
there
great.
who's going to run the blood drive, her husband just passed away
That's
about a month ago, and he had to go through a lot of blood transfusions. So I try to go local with them.
You know, in until you have somebody who needs that blood in the hospital, you may not understand the significance of that and the value of that donation. So thanks for donating on a regular basis. I remember when my father was in need of a lot of that, and it was there, and thank goodness it was. It wasn't O negative. I can't remember exactly what his blood type was. Maybe it was like mine. Maybe it was O positive. Who knows?
Yeah, same with my father.
Yeah. All right, we're going to come back in just a couple of minutes here. We're going to do some local news. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
Is taking a hit in after-hours trading. The sneaker maker reported weaker sales for the latest quarter. The numbers for its Converse subsidiary were especially weak. An attack on Microsoft by Russian hackers has impacted more people than originally thought. Microsoft disclosed in January that its senior leaders' emails had been stolen, and the hackers were using them to try to break into the communications of company customers, including government agencies. Now Microsoft is telling other customers emails they exchanged with the company were accessed. This morning, futures point higher. I'm Scott Carr, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
All right, it's 64 degrees in St. Joseph and Benton Harbor right now. Time is 7:31. Thanks for making the WSJM Morning Show part of your morning routine. We do appreciate you. I am Ken Lundberg alongside with Bret Witkowski here today. The forecast calls for partly sunny skies, a 20% chance of some showers or thunderstorms. A high today inland around 80. It's going to be cooler by the lake. Tonight's forecast, mostly cloudy, 50% chance of showers or some storms, mainly overnight. So the later it gets, the larger the chance. A low overnight around 70. And then Saturday, mostly cloudy, 70% chance of showers. So a good chance of rain tomorrow or thunderstorms, and highs around 85. It'll be cooler again by the lake. What were you saying?
Bummer.
Behave yourself over there.
I've only had to water like, I think 3 days all year.
Yeah, it's been incredibly low for the water bill. Although I did look at the Stephanie reminded me of what the power bill was last week, and we used some exorbitant amount of compared to the recent weeks, just because of that heat that you love so much. The extended forecast, we're looking at partly sunny skies for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday, they start to introduce another chance of rain, but between Saturday after the rain stops and Tuesday, it's going to be pretty clear and dry. So you're probably not going to have to water anymore.
That's okay.
Until after maybe later next week or something like that. We'll have the latest from the WSJM newsroom. Let's do that right now.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
And because Bret is champing at the bit to give me a surprise here, we're going to do that in the next 15 minutes. And I hope it's something nice. It's going to be something nice, right?
It's a surprise. You're the one that'll determine if it's nice or not. That's not for me to determine.
Bret texted me yesterday and said, I have a surprise for you. And he's just been like a kid on Christmas morning saying, I've got a surprise.
You have not been a kid. You've been worried what it is.
Well, I mean, we've got FCC regulations to follow.
No, nothing like that.
Okay. No. Some of the local news that we're covering for you today from the WSJM newsroom. A tax break to make Michigan and Berrien County more attractive for the building of large data centers will not be moving forward, at least for now. State Representative Joey Andrews has been pushing for a couple of House bills which would create a sales and use tax exemption for the large data centers. For locating large data centers in the state. The House and Senate made progress on these bills, each of those houses passing a competing version. They have to rectify the differences, but they can't strike a compromise, at least for now. Speaking at the regular Thursday meeting, Berrien County Commissioner Chokwe Pitchford gave an update. We'll talk with him, or at least have his reaction to what's happening right now. That'll be coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. Michigan Department of Natural Resources has completed its testing of the gulls that were found dead near the Orchards Mall last week. And they say, good news, they did not have avian flu. If you've been by the Orchards Mall anytime in the last couple of weeks, you've noticed that there are more gulls there than probably many years before. I have not seen that many gulls there in recent years. It's incredible. The smell is atrocious. And
is
to
there any
see,
businesses left?
I think there's still one.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's just one. But the post office moved out. Remember that?
Yeah, where'd they end up going? Anywhere?
No, so there's the other post office in Benton Harbor down by Riverview Drive.
Right.
They are running operations out of there. In our last outreach to the U.S. Postal Service, which they're usually good about getting back to me, they said no updates yet. And that was just last month. So no updates yet on finding a different location. And do they really need a different location?
I was say things have changed so much.
Yeah. So anyway, so they said the dead seagulls that were all around Pipestone and on Napier did not, those that they tested at the DNR did not have bird flu. So that's a good news sign. But they are checking to see whether or not the birds were poisoned. So they're doing autopsies on a few of the birds. They'll have the results of that, they say, in a few weeks. And
a CSI episode?
It could be. I mean, the birds would like to see that. Alfred Hitchcock. Then lastly, we'll have a little bit more from reaction from State Senator Eric Nesbitt on the new state budget that was passed at about 5:10 yesterday morning. So we'll have that and more coming up. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. A sheriff's deputy in Hillsdale County has been killed in the line of duty in an incident that also took the life of the suspect. State police say around 2:30.
All right, let's see. What do we have happening on the live stream?
Windy out there.
There's Alex. Hey, Alex, it's good to see you. Alex, I have a continuous improvement question for you. So I'm going to reach out to you. Then let's see. Diane is there. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Teresa. Teresa, thank you for your inputs yesterday. I want to talk to you about your history mentionings. Let's see what else. Oh, and Diane says that her grass is browning.
It was.
Her grass is browning.
It was. But now it should be back up, I would think, with the takes about a day or so for that rain to really show the difference, but she should be okay.
Okay. Speaking of water issues, I mentioned this to you off air this morning. Did you see what do they call it? A meteo tsunami?
That's what you were saying up in Holland?
In Holland. There was a meteo tsunami that hit the shorelines near Holland, Michigan, not the country or whatever. It's the Lake Michigan shoreline directly across from Racine, Wisconsin. And it was a tsunami, kind of like a tsunami. It's called a meteo tsunami, and it's a progressive series of major waves that quickly raised lake levels by roughly 2 feet. So if you can imagine being by the shoreline and thinking, oh, it's not going to impact me anytime soon. That was 3 feet. It's not going to impact me anytime soon. And then all of a sudden, 2 feet higher, that would really ruin your picnic. But they say that a meteo tsunami it's a series of large waves caused by storms that move fast across the water. That's according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. NOAA says these storms typically move faster than 35 miles per hour, causing rapid changes in atmospheric pressure. And the wave event that happened earlier this week near Holland was caused by the severe storms that hit our area Monday into Tuesday. And basically it raised the local water level there just in a series of waves by 2 feet. And there's video of it. I think the Weather Channel has the video of it. And in a typical tsunami, what you would see is water would recede,
right,
and then it would just crash in. During a meteo tsunami, it just basically all of a sudden starts coming in like that really fast, like a big wave, and it just swamps and then it recedes. But it happened several times over the course of a very short period of time, just a couple of minutes. Yeah, on the Weather Channel.
Okay.
I'll share it with you. But if you just look for meteo tsunami, like meteorologist,
so you have
meteo,
MET.
yeah, METEO tsunami. You got that?
I do now.
All right. We've got a couple more ads here. I'm going to get rid of this so that we can do your thing.
Well, I got to grab paper towels then. Hold on.
You have paper towels?
I have to. Yeah.
All right. So Brett's going to go grab paper towels. I am going to look and see what some other things that I wanted to make sure we mentioned this morning. We already talked about the Russian satellite. Oh, this is one. The Justice Department yesterday announcing that the 2024 National Healthcare Fraud Enforcement Action, which resulted in criminal charges against 193 defendants, including 76 doctors, nurse practitioners, and other licensed medical professionals in 32 federal districts across the United States, basically involved approximately $2.75 billion in intended losses and $1.6 billion in actual losses. So basically, the Justice Department, working with the National Healthcare Fraud Enforcement, had an action that they talked about this week. And it's been going on over many months because you can imagine there are so many federal districts involved. They coordinated some nationwide law enforcement actions on the federal level, on the state level, and the government cracked down on a lot of these people. Bret, I was just talking about the National Healthcare Fraud Enforcement Action. I
heard about
they
that.
busted up nearly $3 billion in schemes. They said as part of the arrests, they seized over $231 million in cash, luxury vehicles, gold, and other assets.
Scamming Medicaid and stuff?
Yeah, all the above. Jeez. All the above. The charges alleged include over $900 million fraud in connection with wound grafts, the unlawful distribution of pills, including Adderall and other stimulants.
And they said like medicine for HIV.
Yeah, over $90 million fraud by distributing adulterated and misbranded HIV, which, you're thinking about the tragedy of having to deal with that in the first place. Then you get adulterated, meaning not good medicine for that. Over $146 million in fraudulent addiction treatment schemes, over $1.1 billion in telemedicine and lab fraud, and over $450 million in other healthcare fraud and opioid schemes.
There are a lot of people involved in that scheme.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that was interesting. The Medicare and Medicaid fraud, a lot of it, actually, an inordinate amount originates in South Florida. Did you know this?
Because of the age of the clients?
Well, partially, but they're working really around the country, the scam artists, but they're based in South Florida and they're coming from Cuba. They come from Cuba, legally or illegally, probably illegally most of the time because they have the policy for wet foot, dry foot for just Cuba. And they set up shop in South Florida and they just bilk the government for millions of dollars. And the U.S. law enforcement continually cracks down on it. And as soon as you crack down on one, another one pops up. It's an ongoing problem. Yeah. We'll come back. We'll talk about what you have in store here and why you have napkins. Now I'm concerned again. We'll be back. It's
you worry a lot.
It's the WSJM morning show. They pay me to worry. I'll be right back.
Partly cloudy skies today. A few scattered showers during the day with high temperatures up in the upper 70s nearing 80 degrees. We'll see more coverage of rain as we head into this evening and overnight tonight. A few thunderstorms possible as well. We stay near 70. And then morning rain and a few thunderstorms on Saturday, clearing in the afternoon with high temperatures right around 80. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
And unfortunately, Bret had to go to work, so he's not here.
Yep, I'm not.
He left the studio. Oh, wait, I left your microphone on. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. That's
no,
how
just
I'm supposed to leave.
Just kidding. It's 7:43 and beautiful morning. What's the temperature outside? 64 degrees in Benton Harbor and St. Joseph and surrounding areas as well. It's going to be a beautiful day, partly sunny, only a 20% chance of some showers. Again, high inland, somewhere around the lower 80s. Probably going to stay in the 70s here. What do you have up your sleeve? Bret Witkowski has been teasing me since yesterday, all morning long.
Now?
Let's do it now. Let's get it out of the way. No, I'm just kidding. But
no, not now.
No, we can do it.
Oh.
We can do it. Whatever you want to do. Why don't you set it up before you do whatever you're going to do?
You kind of dogged me on the grape knee high and grape ape.
Oh yeah. That's. Is that why you're wearing your purple shirt today?
No, it just was next in rotation. To be honest with you,
because you're kind of a grape ape.
Yep. And so my mother-in-law heard you dogging me.
Aw.
And so,
what's your mother-in-law's name?
Carol Meister.
Carol, Mrs. Meister. Thank you very much. for listening. We appreciate you. And seriously, I mean, when you were talking about the grape knee high, I don't think I've ever had a grape knee. You want me to have this?
You got it. Okay. You get 2 paper towels. I get 2. Oh, okay. Of course, I got one for me too. Trust me.
Brett, who is, if you're watching on the video
And these
live
were
stream,
chilled on ice.
wow, these are super cold.
So it's a screw off cap.
Okay, so on the video
Just-
live stream here, can you see that? It is a grape knee high, and and you're already drinking yours. Should I drink mine right now?
Well, yeah.
Okay. And who bought these? Was this you or
My mother-in-law,
Carol? Okay. Thank you, Carol. Appreciate it.
How about that?
Here, you talk
And
while I'm
look
doing
what
this.
the store is, because you thought you just called it a fine and dime, which it is.
That is so good.
And
Thank
it's
you
got
very
the store
much.
name on it.
Grape knee high. It's a grape soda. Tradition of taste since 1924. And it's the original knee high. I don't know where the store is. Where is that? I don't see it on the label.
Oh,
There.
it's,
Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, wow. And you got it from G and M. Well, thank you very much. This is a great knee high.
How
This
about
is
that surprise? So you a little calm down now?
I love that. Yes, I am now calm. I'm going to here talk again because I want to drink more of my knee high.
It's good. I'm telling you what. Like I told you, I sold my aluminum bat in 1979 for 13 of these.
For 13? How did you arrive at 13?
We negotiated. I probably wanted 20. And my friend was giving away my friend's stepdad's pop.
Okay.
So, and I couldn't have them all at once. They had to be over time.
Well, that's fantastic. I love grape soda. Grape soda is one of my favorites among the sodas. And so this is delicious. So thank you very
How's
much.
that?
Thank you very much.
Good surprise. You
Miss
a little calm
Meister.
down now?
Yeah, I'm going to calm down. Although now I'm going to hype her up because there's probably some sugar in
Oh,
this.
there's a lot of sugar.
All right. Speaking of sugar, not so sweet. You're a big sports fan. Do you ever do the Sunday ticket with NFL?
Nope.
The NFL Sunday ticket?
Mm-mm.
Smart.
Too tight on my money.
Well, and rightfully so. A jury in we started talking about this last week and earlier this week. A jury in U.S. District Court ordered the NFL to pay more than $4.7 billion in damages after ruling. Here, hang on a second. The grape knee high got to me.
There, huh?
Yeah. $4.7 billion in damages Thursday after ruling that the league violated antitrust laws in distributing out-of-market Sunday afternoon games on a premium subscription service. The jury awarded $4.7 billion to the residential class and $96 million in damages to the commercial class. Since damages can be tripled under federal antitrust laws, the NFL could end up being liable for $14.39 billion, also known as 2.25 Dallas Cowboy football teams.
Or tickets.
Well, that too.
Jerry Jones will not be happy.
The lawsuit covered 2.4 million residential subscribers and 48,000 businesses in the United States who paid for the package of out-of-market games from the 2011 through 2022 seasons on DirecTV. The lawsuit claimed that the league broke antitrust laws by selling its package of Sunday games at an inflated price. The subscribers also say the league restricted competition by offering Sunday ticket only on the satellite provider. The NFL said in a statement that it will appeal the verdict. So they're looking at the instant replay to see if they can get the judge offsides or out of bounds or whatever it is.
Just a little bit more money than what they owe to USFL when they USFL sued them.
Oh, anyway.
So that was like $1 or something.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to be back and talk more about that and other things. It's the WSJM morning show. The Moody on the Market update's coming up in just a moment. Thank you for the grape knee high. I wish you had some to sip as well.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle.
That was super nice. Thank you very much.
Told you.
So so the grape shirt is just a coincidence.
It is total coincidence.
Really?
Yeah, because I do wear them in order.
You wear shirts in order? What is that?
They go in the back of the pile. They go in back of the line, and I just grab the front of the line.
There's no random assortment when they go through the laundry or whatever?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Yep. And I do the laundry.
All right. So we'll do that.
And my own ironing.
You do what?
Iron my own shirts.
You iron?
My dress shirts, yeah.
Okay. Nice job. Do you use starch?
Yep.
Okay. What starch do you get?
Amy buys it. I don't.
Okay.
It's a white can with yellow and green.
I always thought the starch was just a miracle invention because it made it so much easier to keep shirts nice and clean and crisp.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't mind ironing.
No, it's peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do about 3 at a time.
I have not ironed in a very long time because all my shirts have the no
Like that.
wrinkle.
Yeah. Well, I always wore a tie at the county, but I don't wear it where I'm at now. But I still like wearing a dress shirt.
Okay.
I've never been a fan of casual Fridays. I know I'm one of the few, but
I mean, you're kind of casual today.
well, this is radio.
Oh, oh, that's right. You're not working today.
No, I'm
because
off.
you worked extra hours earlier. The no casual wear. It's the new thing. You got to get used to it. It's
I know.
fine.
Yeah,
It's perfectly fine.
Not me.
No more
Everybody's
three-piece
different.
suits. All right. We'll be right back. We'll talk a little bit more. We've got the Moody on the Market update next.
Advisor. The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
Okay, 10 minutes before 8 o'clock, and it's time for your Moody on the Market update. I do want to say a quick thank you again to Carol and Bret for making this knee-high possible.
You got it.
You brought me the original knee-high grape soda.
1924.
A tradition of taste since 1924, and it's super delicious. I really like it. That's a good breakfast. A Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owner's insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. And we wanted to talk a little bit today about the Moody on the Market update. Gramanos Law. The group specializes in disability law. Marked its grand opening in St. Joseph with a Cornerstone Alliance ribbon-cutting ceremony. It happened Wednesday at 620 Broad Street in downtown St. Joseph. They say they're thrilled to open their doors in St. Joe and become part of this vibrant community. Their mission is to provide exceptional, compassionate legal services and make a positive impact in the area. That, according to Diana Gramanos Dowd, the president and attorney of the law firm, we are excited to build a lasting relationship and support our neighbors with the dedicated legal care that they deserve. Thank you for welcoming us to Michigan's Great Southwest. So a ribbon cutting that happened there. She was also the owner of that, was named one of Moody on the Market's Bold Women of Business in 2023. Dowd comes from a strong legal lineage, with her father serving with the Social Security Administration for over 30 years. So if you want to read more about that, you can take a look at it. It's there at moodyonthemarket.com, and your Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. And we'll be back with just a few more things. We've got national news coming up from ABC at 8 o'clock. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
We're watching over you. IMS Insurance Management Service.
IMS understands that when you run a business, having someone you can lean on means something. It means you get a better night's sleep because you know you're well protected. It means you don't have to be an insurance expert. It means you can use your energy to do what you're good at, while Insurance Management Service, your local auto owners agency, focuses on protecting your present and your future.
This is Rich. It means something to us that you trust IMS as your insurance agency.
This is Tarek. We want you to know it's our privilege to be in your corner.
Contact IMS, your local auto owners agency in St. Joseph.
All right, let's see. I'm a little off time, Bret.
Do what you got to do.
A little off time. Let's see if I have that one. Then I do that. What do you have planned for the weekend?
I'm going to go mow after this, play some basketball at lunch, get a haircut at 2.
Oh.
And give blood at 4. That's today.
That's very nice.
What about you?
Let's see. Well, one of my boys is, I think he's supposed to go to San Francisco soon. I think he's going to San Francisco.
Be safe.
Yeah. Yeah. I always tell him to be safe. He goes to New York too. And I tell him be safe there as well.
Yeah. Well, all it takes is.
He's skinny enough he can hide in between the cracks in the buildings.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll use that to his best defense. He's a regular watcher of the show. Stewart is. And I'm very proud of him because he's done very well. I'm proud of all my boys, but I just want to make sure that Stewart knows I'm proud of him as well. But yeah, he's supposed to go to San Francisco. So looking forward to understanding more about that travel plan and what he'll be doing out there. He's the one who was out there for an internship earlier this year and sent me some pictures back from. They were not in San Francisco proper. I think they were just south of there. And he sent some beautiful shoreline shots back. It was just gorgeous, the houses and such like it. It's just a different world out there.
It is, yeah,
it's a different world. And I mean, they move at 3 hours behind us on the time zone, and that always weirds me out. I grew up there in the in what the Pacific time zone, and never felt it until I moved out to the East Coast. And it's like, well, things start 3 hours earlier here every single day of the week. Stock market opens at 9 a.m.
Yeah, you probably are watching NFL football at 9 a.m. out there.
Yeah, out there it was great. You had the 10 o'clock games and the 1 o'clock games.
Right.
It was fantastic.
10 and 1.
Yeah, it was nice. Anyway, we got to get back to the morning show. Thanks for joining us on the video live stream. We'll wrap up here in a couple of minutes, but we always appreciate you. If you miss any of it, you can go back and listen to it again on our Facebook page at WSJM.
MFM Benton Harbor, St. Joseph. Depend on us. The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
I only burped once, Bret.
It does. Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
It's good.
Yeah, that is a negative on grape knee high.
No, if you're just tuning in, you don't know what we're talking about or why we're talking about grape knee highs. We've had this thing where Bret traded baseball bats for one baseball bat,
one aluminum baseball
bat he gave to somebody in exchange for receiving 13 grape knee highs.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I got a good deal.
And you brought me one. And do I owe you anything for this?
Possibly.
What? The polite thing would be no, not at all. You're fine.
Possibly.
Well, we owe you a lot because you're great and we appreciate you. Walgreens is finalizing a plan to fix its U.S. business.
I saw that.
And that could result in the closing of hundreds of additional stores over the next 3 years. They did not put out a list as of yet. We're going to watch for one. CEO Tim Wentworth told analysts yesterday that changes are imminent for about 25%, 1 out of every 4 of the company's stores, which he said were underperforming. The drugstore chain currently operates more than 8,600 stores in the United States. Wentworth said the company's plan could include the closing of a significant portion of those roughly 2,100 underperforming stores if they don't improve. So you can imagine that meeting where the CEO is talking to the employees saying, hey, we've got an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are an underperforming store, you're on notice that in the next 3 years, we're going to be closing some of you.
Is that what? That's about a third of their stores?
No, it's a quarter.
Wow.
Yeah, 25%.
I saw their sales are down like 2%, 2.43.
Company leaders say they've already closed 2,000 locations over the last 10 years.
Wow.
Overall, the company runs about 12,500 drugstores worldwide. They say they're at a point where the current pharmacy model is not sustainable, and the challenges in our operating environment require that we approach the market differently.
And they're based out of Illinois, outside Chicago, if I remember right.
Well, yeah, probably. But the one thing that they cite in here, because I wondered, okay, well, what has changed so dramatically that they need to do that? And I think you're right. I think it's mail order. And when Amazon indicated they were going to get into the game, that had to send shockwaves.
Oh my goodness!
Into the entire pharmaceutical industry. They say, go ahead.
Yeah, I do mail order for my medicine for diabetes.
Yeah,
it's the only pill I really take.
Okay. And do you find it more convenient?
Cheaper.
Yeah. Okay.
I get it comes out of St. Louis.
Yeah. And the price, the prices have changed. The availability is still an issue. I know somebody who is going to have to drive across the state to get their medication.
Really?
Because the local specialty pharmacy is out and they don't know when they're going to get it back. So I don't know how that even happens in this day and age. It seems like we're going backwards. We can't get to the moon. The
Chinese can.
The Chinese did. Yeah, they
To
said
the dark side.
Yeah, the dark side of the moon. They were playing
which does not rotate.
The Pink Floyd album. Yeah, I found that fascinating. I guess I hadn't thought about it that we never see the other side of the moon. Anyway, so Walgreens, we'll keep you up to date on that. They say their major competitors like CVS and Rite Aid are going through the same thing, so we'll keep you up to date. But it is the WSJM Morning Show. We've got ABC News coming up right now. We'll have the forecast for today. Just expect partly sunny skies and a 20% chance of showers. A high today, probably in the lower 80s inland, and a little bit cooler than that by the lakeshore.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. One man seemed to have.
All right. Thanks for joining us on the video live stream. We really appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Any parting words for our audience?
No, just have a good weekend.
Yeah, have a good weekend. And if you have an opportunity and you like grape soda, go out and get a grape knee-high. We got this from the, you received this. You procured this, I should say, from the G&M variety store, the 5 and Dime.
Correct.
That I was outside of yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Brad. We've got another hour of this. Thank you on the live stream. We'll see you next Monday.